What's up, everybody? So in today's video, we're taking a look at the 2018 Ford F-150. Huge thank you to Mooresville Ford. They're providing this truck for today's video. I'll have the link to their website down in the description below. Definitely check them out. They have a huge selection of brand new Fords, a huge selection of brand new F-150s, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is a platinum trim level with the FX4 package, is finished off in white platinum metallic, has a 3-liter turbo diesel engine, and has an MSRP of $69,000. Underneath the hood, this features the 3-liter Powerstroke turbo diesel engine that cranks out 250 horsepower and 440 pound-feet of torque. The engine is only paired to the standard 10-speed automatic transmission, and with the curb weight around 5,200 pounds, you can expect to get 20 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon on the highway. And that's all running off a 36-gallon fuel tank. As far as the dimensions go for the Super Crew model with the 4x4 option, the overall wheelbase is 145 inches, the overall length is 231.9 inches, has an overall height of 77.2, then the overall width including the mirrors is 79.9 inches. Up front we get an approach angle of 25.5 degrees, and then in the rear we have a departure angle of 26 degrees, with an overall ground clearance of 9.4 inches. This also features 20-inch wheels in all 4 corners, finished in a brushed aluminum look, and then ventilated disc brakes in all 4 corners as well. The platinum trim level gets a lot of chrome trim as well as some polished aluminum accents. The front end has a really nice looking grille going all the way from one headlight to the other. Both headlights are LED with LED running lights. We get fog lights down below and then chrome tow hooks. And then down in the center grille we have automatic flaps that'll open and close to help with better efficiency and cooling to the engine. We have a front-facing camera underneath the Ford logo, and then finishing up with the large brushed look grille that has a very bold look. The hood also has some nice lines on it with some bulges on each side, giving it a really aggressive look. And as we make our way to the front fender, we get body color fender trim, a parking sensor down below that, your F-150 badge with the platinum name. And then moving our way to the windows and mirror, we have chrome trim along the bottom side of the window, chrome mirror caps. And being the platinum trim level, this also features power running boards. The overall side profile has a very proportional look to it. The shorter bed as well as the full 4-door configuration looks very nice for a truck like this. The polished aluminum wheels have a great contrast against the pearl white paint job, and you even get a chrome strip on the side of the running boards once they're tucked away. And as we make our way to the rear end of the truck, we get the FX4 sticker on the side. The blind spot monitoring is built into the rear taillight. You have the nice trim piece for the platinum trim level, a nice looking brushed aluminum look. Parking sensors built into the rear bumper that is also body colored to match. All of your trailer hitch connections, and then as we come up we have a camera in the rear. Just pressing the button once automatically opens the rear tailgate. This does have a full spray and bed liner, nice Ford logo in the front, some tie downs in all 4 corners. And then pressing the button over here will illuminate both LED strips on each side of the bed. And then very cool with the Ford trucks, all you have to do is press the button right here. This whole step comes straight out, very easily can be lowered like that, and then you have the whole grab handle, comes right out, pull it up, and you have the step to get yourself right into the bed. I definitely like the usability of having the step and the handle to get into the bed of the F-150. It's really nice that Ford implements this on all of their F-Series trucks. And then another nice touch to the tailgate of the truck, if you double tap on the key fob button twice, it'll also automatically open. The tailgate itself is very lightweight. It's very easy to open and close it with one hand, so just closing it now, one-handed. Takes pretty much no muscle to close it up, so really nice. This is all aluminum construction for all the body panels of the truck, which makes it extremely rigid and a very lightweight truck compared to using steel body panels. And then we'll open it one last time and then take a look at the roof of the truck. This one does have the optional full panoramic sunroof. Once we're inside you'll get a better look at this, but that is probably the nicest feature in a truck like this. You have so much visibility and it looks really cool on the top. And as we finish up looking around the exterior of the F-150, I think it has a fantastic look to it. I really like the side profile. It just looks very balanced and very well designed. I like the little bit of chrome trim. It's not overly done. The wheels have a nice contrast to it. I really like the body colored trim. And then probably one of my favorite things is the aluminum grille. The finish they use on this one just looks really nice, especially for the platinum trim level. It has a really cool, luxurious look. And before we go ahead and take a look at the interior of the truck, with the vehicle locked, all I have to do is double tap on the engine start-stop button and the vehicle will start right up. And then pressing the button again, it'll shut the engine off, and then keeping the key in my pocket, all I have to do is grab the door handle to unlock it. And of course you do have the keypad on the side as well. So grabbing it, already unlocked. Really nice having the power steps come right out. That's a super convenient feature. This truck has a really nice interior spec. It has a dark red leather with a lot of silver accents and then black wood grain trim. Looking at the door panel, we have the cool looking red leather with some black stitching on it. black wood grain trim right here with your door handle, all of your mirror controls as well as your window switches, your memory seat configuration as well as lock and unlock, your speaker, and then quite a bit of storage. And then as we make our way into the truck, we have platinum written down in the door sill, all of your power adjustments for the seat, red leather seating, more black stitching. The center is actually a really cool texture to it. It does have a brushed aluminum look to it. We get a platinum badge up top. Very nice looking seats. I think this color is really sweet looking. We have more brushed aluminum along the steering wheel and the center dash. And now inside the truck, we're greeted by a black leather wrapped steering wheel. Very nice looking leather, extremely soft to touch. All of your Bluetooth audio and cruise control settings are on the steering wheel. And with my foot on the brake, we'll go ahead and start it up. In the center, we have a digital screen. You can go through several different things, trip and fuel, some truck information, tire pressures, different gauges and everything. Keep going, we have more towing settings. You can view all of that. Off-road settings, you can see pitch and roll as well as your steering wheel angle. And then some more settings over there. We have your speedometer on the right side, your tach on the left. And then as we go ahead and put it into drive, your gear is over on the left side. You can see this is a 10-speed transmission. And then if we put the truck into reverse, we have the backup camera that pops up as well as the 360 camera. Really nice to use that. The visibility in this truck is fantastic, especially with those. And then by just pressing that, you can go strictly to your rear view camera, which is really good for when you're towing something. You can easily see the trailer lined up. And then over on the left side of the steering wheel, we have all your headlight controls, your power pedals, your electronic park and brake, one air vent, more of the same red leather along the top with some color contrasting stitching, a little bit of a storage pocket up there, both air vents in the center. Your traction control, your downhill assist, pressing the camera button pops on the camera if you're in drive or anything. That is your forward facing camera, so you can see what is right in front of you. We also have the smart engine start stop feature. And then pressing the button again, you can actually scroll through to have the 360 and front, just your front view, and then actually a 3-section front view to see more of the corners. And then pressing it one last time, we'll get to our main menu. This is the whole sync system. Very easy to use. You have your navigation, your phone, all of your climate controls can be set up on the screen, so it's really easy to know exactly where all the air is going. You have your heated steering wheel controls. And then down below that, we have all your media, radio, and volume controls. More climate controls down here if you don't want to use them up on the screen. We have heated and ventilated front seats with dual zone climate control. On the left side, we have your 4-wheel drive configuration from 2-wheel high all the way down to 4 low, and then pull to lock the rear differential. And then your trailer backup. This helps you back up the vehicle when you are using a trailer and makes it a lot easier. And then in the center console, we have the leather wrapped shift knob, more of the black wood grain up front here with some storage right there, a little bit of storage and 2 cup holders. And then we have your parallel park feature as well as your lane keeping assist. And just pressing that button up on the screen comes up telling you how to parallel park. The sensors that we saw on the side of the vehicle will aid in that. And then to take a look underneath the center console, we just pull the handle up. We have a ton of space in here, can definitely fit pretty much anything you need. More of the really nice dark red leather, giving it a great look. And then coming over on the side of the dash, we have a little bit of storage right here. That same black wood inlaid in the center. And then looking at the glove box, you have a pretty good amount of space in here, a little shelf as well. And then opening this up, we have the 3-prong outlet as well as the 12-volt. And then to take one last look at the front end interior, really clean looking look. I think this leather looks absolutely fantastic. Gives it a really luxurious and sporty trim. It is really cool though how this does have a texture like it's brushed aluminum. So it's a really nice touch by Ford. I like the way they did that. And then all of this silver trim has the same texture to it. Very cool looking. And then up top, with all your dome light, sunroof, and sunshade controls, a sunglass holder, as well as the rear sliding glass. Right now the sunroof is only halfway open, and then if I press this again, it'll continue to go all the way open. And with that all the way open, you can see just how much visibility you have. It really lightens up the interior. Definitely a nice touch for the truck. And then the power sliding glass, just press the button, easily opens, and then of course pulling it back the other way. And as we make our way to the rear end of the truck, opening the door, the power steps fold out as you would expect. You have a very similar door panel with the same red leather and the black wood grain trim. Same type of door handle, and then a ton of storage space within the door panel. The seats are finished off just like the front. The red leather, the cool texture to the silver trim. You even get the platinum badges back here. And then pressing the button on the headrests, they fold right down. Really nice for visibility for the driver. And then as we make our way inside of the truck, you do get heated rear seats. You get 2 USBs on that side, and then a 3-prong outlet on the right side, and then of course your air vents. And then now back here to talk about rear passenger space. You have a ton of space in here. I was in the Raptor, I think last year, and you definitely have a lot of space. I have a lot of legroom, a good 5-6 inches right in front of my knees. My feet fit nicely underneath the seat. Headroom, I have about 2 or 3 inches up here, so a pretty good amount of space. It's really open in here. I absolutely love the panoramic roof. It just gives it a really good look. So as far as being a passenger in the back of the F-150, I don't feel like the seat is too far forward to where I'm sitting straight up. I have a nice recline to it, good armrest, and then if we look in the center, pulling this down, you give yourself a nice armrest here, and then popping this out, you get 2 cup holders. So really nice being in the back of the F-150, a ton of space. It's definitely a truck. If you are in the back of it going on a long trip, you're definitely gonna be pretty comfortable. All right guys, now in the F-150, we're gonna take this thing for a spin to see what it is like. You have the comfort entry, the seat slid forward, really nice luxury feature to have. And then real quick, so most of the F-150s are gonna have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6 or the 5 liter V8. So this is the newer turbo diesel option. It's a Powerstroke engine, obviously not the 6.7 you get in the Super Duties, but it is an interesting engine option, a little bit better gas mileage. Doesn't have quite as much power or towing capacities as the other engines, but still a really good option. So now as we back our way out, I love the 360 view camera. I can easily see anything really close to the truck. Visibility out of this thing is really, really good. Looking out of your left and right shoulder, plenty of visibility. Looking out of the front using the mirrors, you definitely have a really good view out of everything. So as we first get up and go, I had the ventilated seat on as well as the AC on. It's a pretty warm day out today, so it's really nice to have that touch. The view out of the front, you really feel like you're high up off the ground. And then even when taking turns and hitting some bumps, the truck absorbs it really nicely. It doesn't ride like older trucks, how it's more of a harsh truck ride. It has a pretty good suspension to it to where it kind of absorbs those kind of bumps. Now as far as the Ford F-Series trucks that I've driven the new Raptors, the older Raptors, and then a few of the Super Duties, so I have a pretty good understanding of how these things drive. I've never driven just a basic F-150 though. And then especially having the turbo diesel engine, I've never even driven this engine of course. So we'll give it a little bit of gas. I mean, it definitely has some torque, gets you right up to 50 miles an hour, no issues at all. The truck is over 5,000 pounds, so of course it's got some weight to it. What truck doesn't? But with the engine, you know, getting up to speed, you're not sacrificing anything. If you do want more power, of course, you have other options, but there is not even close to having any issues with this. And then driving now, I have the lane keeping assist on. It's really nice when I get over to a yellow line or a white line. It kind of nudges and vibrates the steering wheel a little bit, telling you to turn. So that's a cool, nice touch to have. It's a bigger truck, however, I'm not finding it difficult at all to stay in the lanes. But it's still nice to have a touch of safety like that. And then as we make a little bit of a sharper turn, you know, there's some body roll, of course, it's a pickup truck, but it doesn't just slosh around like an old school truck or anything. It has a pretty good suspension to stay pretty planted. But the overall driving of it, it's comfortable and luxurious feeling. It's quiet. You know, older diesel engines had a lot of noise. The newer ones are pretty quiet. You don't really notice that it's a diesel. When I was walking around this when it was idling, I could of course smell the diesel, but other than that, it doesn't sound like a loud diesel or anything. It's a smaller engine, so of course you're not really gonna have too much sound. So now that we're rolling a little bit, let's give it some gas to see how it accelerates. So downshifted to 5th gear. That got us right up to 60 pretty easily. Now with that said, driving with the gears, I don't feel any of the gear changes. We have 10 gears to play with. Right now I'm in 7th gear, slowing down at 40 miles an hour. Let's see what it drops down to as I make a slower turn. I think we're in 5th. Let's see before I accelerate. So we're down into 3rd. Let's give it some gas. I mean, you feel that torque around 2,000 RPM. It redlines at around 4,500 RPM. And it's nice that with the 10 speeds, it can kind of optimize power having a bunch of different gears. So finishing up now, driving around in the F-150. It's a really nice truck. There's really nothing to complain about. I'm trying to pick it apart a little bit, but I don't really think I see anything that stands out as major defects in it or anything. It's really comfortable. I personally really like the look of it. I like the layout of it. I think it's a pretty easy to use vehicle. The bed is really nice having the step like that. No other truck is gonna have that. And then last thing to finish up the truck, I'm pulling it back on their front lawn here. We'll go ahead and just put it into 4 low. Not that it's needed for just going over a curb like this. I'm gonna press the camera button so I can see the front curve really nicely. And then back into drive, we're just gonna slowly approach it. Let the tires touch the curb. You can see it there on the camera. And then now just barely giving it a little bit of gas. climb right up the curb. Now we'll let the back tires get to it. Alright, a little bit of gas. Alright, and there we go, and then we'll pop it back into two-wheel drive. Really nice having the 360 camera. Of course, this truck can do a lot more than drive over a curb, but really cool to test that out. Well, anyway, that wraps up driving around in the Diesel Powerstoke F-150. Huge thank you once again to Mooresville Ford for providing this truck for today's video. I'll have the link to their website down in the description below. Definitely check them out. They have a huge selection of F-150s and other F-Series trucks, as well as a huge selection of brand new Fords. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. We'll see you all next video.